I'm back, motherfuckers. That's right. I'm fucking back. Now, some of you, I want to say, most of you probably know what went on because I did post several bulletins about it. Anybody that sent me a PM, I'm pretty sure I answered everybody. And I also posted on my own channel where people were posting, where are you? What's happened? It's been about a week and a half since I was last able to do a video on YouTube, and here's where I'm going to explain what happened, where I've been, and what this all means for, the channel. This all started last Sunday, meaning, not this past Sunday, the Sunday before that, actually, when I was going to get online and update the second episode of the John and Joe Show, which you guys will be seeing soon. I got it right here. But anyway, what happened was, as soon as I turned my computer on, I heard this really, fucked up sound, like you wouldn't believe, like a motor. It was fucked up. It sounded like an ogre taking a shit. So I immediately turned off my computer and said, what the fuck was that? And so I turned it on again. Okay, something's wrong. So I figured it might have been the fan. Sometimes if there's a lot of dust, and it had been a little while, a couple of weeks since I last cleared out the dust, it can clog up the heatsink, and then your fan doesn't work as well, and it makes a sound like that, and that leads to your PC overheating. That wasn't the problem. I opened it up, and there was some dust in there, but it wasn't all gunked up or anything. I cleared out what was in there. I took a look at all the connections. They were all nice and tight, like your mom, And so it seemed to be, no big deal. So what happened was I tried it again, and so, I figured I better call tech support. And I have a Dell, which is still under warranty, so I called Dell Technical Support, and I spoke to one of the gentlemen from India, and I told him what was going on, and after putting my head in there and listening, I determined that the sound was coming from my power supply. So, power supplies only last so long. Eventually they go. And he set up an appointment for a technician to come to my house. Since he wasn't here looking at the computer, it was just my opinion that it was the power supply. He decided to send the technician that was nearest to me a whole bunch of different components. That way, if it wasn't the power supply, he could fix whatever it was. So they made the appointment for Saturday morning. So that was, that was Sunday, so I had to wait all through the week and everything. And I was afraid to use my computer, even though I could turn it on and it was working, and I was afraid to use it because of the, and the power supply was going. At least that's what I thought. So I decided not to use my computer at all, and I used all of my internet access was through the Wii, which is a fucking pain in the ass, but it got the job done in terms of checking email and stuff like posting comments on YouTube and other such things. Anyway, Saturday came, and the technician came in here, and, he tested out the computer, and he determined that, the power supply was not only going. At that point, it was actually dead, because as soon as he turned it on, it made no sound. There was no, And I was like, oh, shit, it's like when you bring your car to a mechanic, and it doesn't make the same sound. But actually, he could tell that it was dead at that point. It wasn't given enough power to the computer for Windows to run. So we swapped it out, and we turned it on, and everything worked peachy fine and wonderful, right? And then he said to me, why don't we reboot it a few times just to see if it'll, if it's fine. So I turned the computer off, turned it on, and then it didn't work. And that's weird. And we turned it off again, and we turned it on, and it didn't work. And, long story short, what happened was my hard drive had some sort of irreparable damage to it. One of my hard drives, that is. And that's, of course, the hard drive that the operating system was on. That's why I was not able to get onto Windows. Even though it worked once, after that it would not work at all. I tried a couple different things through the repair console. He wasn't allowed to help me with software. He had to leave. He was only a hardware guy. I tried a repair installation of Windows. I tried check disk. I tried a couple different diagnostics, but nothing I could do could get it to work. So I called Dell Tech Support again and spoke to another gentleman from India. And this time I was on the phone for a couple of hours while we ran all sorts of different tests and stuff. And it was eventually determined that my hard drive, there was a part of it that was corrupt that could not be fixed, and it had to be replaced. So they made another technician had to come, and that just happened this morning, and he replaced my hard drive, so my computer is working. Problem is, I have 2 hard drives. Well, now I have 3. So this one here that's not working, and everything that I had on the computer was split between the 2 hard drives because I have too much stuff for one hard drive. I had the 250 gigabyte hard drive that came with the computer, and I had a 160 gigabyte external that I had bought previously when I ran out of space on my old computer, which only had 40 gigabytes. So I bought an external. So what was on this? A lot of important stuff. Now, some of it's backed up. The John and Joe show's backed up. All my YouTube videos are backed up. There's a couple that aren't, but they're all on YouTube, so I can just download them off of YouTube. About half of my music was on there, which is a real pain in the ass, and the ROMs and emulators. So that's where it comes to a head with videos. I could easily download all the emulators. To download all the ROMs would take some time, and I don't know if I'll have to do that yet. And of course, the same thing with the music. It would take some time to get everything going again, get my CDs out, copy everything over, and whatnot, download what I need to, what I can't find the CDs for.